guys, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, my name is Ruby and welcome. So it's been a while since I last posted again, but you guys have to know that when you're a freaking university student, it can get a little hectic. But on top of that, I have also been dealing with personal issues, which is what this video is going to be about, is how I've been dealing with these negative things. So I have been dealing with depression and it has been quite challenging. There has been a lot of heavy things that I've gone through in my life this past year. And some people are aware, but there are only very few people who really know just like the type of things and like how intense like these things have been in my life. And these last 2 months, I've really been working hard on myself, really doing the inner work to overcome a lot of these mental blocks, because in reality a lot of these things that we go through are mental blocks. And so a lot of the time we think that we have to like change something outside of ourselves, but real change, as cliche as it may sound, it really does start within. But of course, doing these things outside of ourselves can also help with the healing process. And so today I'm going to talk to you guys about some of the things that I've been doing that have helped me heal. I'm definitely in a better place where I definitely have weeks where I'm really happy. Like 2 weeks ago, I was really happy. It was just like the best week. But then last week, I felt a little down, just like little moments where I just felt sad and I kind of just had to cry, which is totally okay too, because you never want to suppress how it is you truly feel. Because when you suppress your feelings, it only causes more tension, more resistance, and sometimes these things manifest themselves into physical illnesses, which we call disease or disease. So of course, if you're struggling, I definitely would urge you to reach out for help, seek a professional. I'm certainly not a professional. I'm only sharing my personal experience of the things I've done that have helped me. These are tools that I hope are things you can try for yourself, and hopefully they can also be of service to you. But of course, I'm not a professional. I definitely would say that there's so much value in talking to someone, whether it be a therapist or a psychiatrist or calling a helpline. It's all helpful. There's no shame. We live in a time where mental health is really big, and we really should make ourselves a priority. So, without further ado, let's jump into it. So, one of the things that I've been doing is reading uplifting books and also listening to uplifting podcasts. So, for example, one of the books that I'm currently reading is called The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. And it's so amazing because it gives you so much insight. Like, I'm personally not the type of person to rush through an entire book, especially when it's a book that has so much information that you really have to allow yourself, like, give yourself time to process what it is that you're reading. But I don't just read it, and it's like the same with podcasts or listening to videos, listening and watching videos. It's like, yes, listen, read, but also put into practice these things, because it's one thing to just go through the motions of doing these things, but it's another to actually put it into practice. So one of the things that Eckhart Tolle talks about is just observing your thoughts and your feelings, not analyzing them, not judging them, just being that presence that observes it, and also observing the presence, which is it's essentially your true self. And it's been such an empowering thing, because when you actually take the time to just like not identify with any of it, you're able to see that a lot of the things that you think about are either related or tied to the past, or like projections of the future. And it's like it really does rob you of the present moment. And when you actually just take the time to just observe these things, it's weird, but for myself, a lot of these things just dissipate, and I just like I'm able to come back to the present moment, which is really nice. So I would definitely recommend just like reading literature like that. I also read a book recently by Bob Proctor called The ABCs to Success. I'll put a picture of both of these books here, but I have these books and it's really amazing. I love these books. They really help like motivate and inspire me, and just like really push me to like challenge myself and take these steps to like just being the best possible version of myself that I can be right now at this very moment. And yeah, and just like a fun fact, I actually a few years back I met Bob Proctor. I went to one of his oh my god, what's that word called? One of his I forgot the word, but where he speaks. Okay. Okay. So the next thing that I've also been doing is going out on like in nature. I've been going out on a lot of hikes, and it's been so amazing because that's another thing about just being out in nature. It can be such a healing experience when you're just like, because you're just being present, just like taking it all in, or at least that's my experience where I'm just looking at the trees, the grass, I'm listening to the birds and the squirrels, and it can be such a magical thing. And 2 weeks ago, I actually met up with this new friend who was traveling from abroad. Like, we met on an application and we went hiking to this beautiful location where there was like water, and we ended up getting our feet wet because like we crossed over like these rocks. But it was so fun and it was so beautiful just being surrounded by all this nature, and it really just elevates your mood. And the other thing is going out with people. So go out with your family, go out with your friends, or go out and meet new people. So like this friend that I met her on this application called Bumble BFF. So a lot of people know about Bumble dating, but I've been on Bumble BFF and it's been nice. Like, so far I've met two really nice girls. There's this other girl that she's also like, she traveled from Germany and she's currently here for a year, and we're just talking about like getting together again and doing like a language exchange. And then this other friend that I met, she's half English, half French, and like we've been keeping in touch, and it's been such a nice thing. So surrounding yourself with people and just going out to meet new people, it can be so fun. And of course sometimes you won't click with certain people, but don't give up. Just keep on throwing yourself out there and you'll find the right people. So right, the next thing that I've been doing is engaging in my hobbies. So as I mentioned, language exchange. I've been studying languages, so you guys know that language learning is a big thing on this channel, and I've been learning French for 3.5 years now, German 2.5 years, and I currently picked up Japanese again about a month ago. And I actually had a session, an italki session last night, and it was not great, but I was able to speak a little bit and I was able to understand a little bit, which was really nice. And it just motivated me to keep on going. And it's just fun when you're able to immerse yourself in these things that can really like help elevate you, and just like you feel more accomplished because you're doing what you love and you see yourself improving. And that's another thing that this book talks about. The power of now is just like not being too fixated on the future of like going like being in this next stage of your life. It's just appreciating where you are now and just doing what you can now to improve, and just enjoying the process of it. Because if you're like only doing it like half-heartedly while like the other half of you is like stuck on the future, like it's not the same as just being fully present, giving it your all right now, right? And so I've been doing like language learning, and it's been super fun just having these like language conversations with people. And it's also good for your brain, right? There's like a lot of benefits to all of this, and everything that I'm mentioning right now scientifically has also been proven to help elevate your mood. So I mean, I'm not going to discuss the science of it, but like if you do the research, you will find it there. And yeah, the other hobbies I've been engaging in, which also happens to be my passion, is music. So singing, working on music, practicing piano. It's all things that have really helped me like feel better because I get to do what I love, and it keeps on improving and refining my current skills. And it's just something that also just makes you become very present. And again, a lot of good benefits to your brain. Look at the science, you'll see that I'm not lying. But if these are things that you've considered doing, you should. Like, it's never too late to like start something new or to follow your dream or whatever it may be. And I think again, when you're just present and you just focus on just giving it your all right now, and you just enjoy the process of it, it's so much nicer. Because I've noticed for myself, when I place pressure on myself of like, okay, I have to do this now in order to get to this place, it's not as fun. Whereas if I just enjoy it, I'm just like fully immersed in it, it's like the best thing ever. And you know what? When you actually just enjoy it, strangely enough, that's when like all the things you desire actually start coming into your life. So food for thought. The other thing I've been doing is also exercising. So I don't exercise daily, when I was like during the semester, because we have a gym, I would go to the gym like once or twice a week. But because the semester's over and I'm not currently enrolled for any classes, I can't use the gym, unfortunately. However, I have been making the effort to work out at home. So I'll work out at home maybe 2 or 3 times a week for like maybe 20, 30 minutes. But most of the time, I just go out for walks, go hiking, which is also a good form of exercise. But I try to work out here and it's really nice. Of course, you get those endorphins and it's good for your health, your physical health, and all that good stuff. So exercising definitely helps. And I don't know if I mentioned this, I'm also meditating. I've picked up meditation this summer and it's been really nice because I think a lot of people think the purpose of meditating is not to think at all. But at least the way I understand it, it's just like being present. Like for me, I will focus on my breathing, but I'll also be aware of any thoughts that come through my mind and just observe it and then just like release it into the ethers of the universe or wherever they go. Just acknowledge, let go, and then bring my focus back to my breath. That's how I've been going about it. And then when I feel like I need guidance, I'll kind of just like pose a question, and just like pay attention to how I feel and kind of like take whatever emotional response I get as guidance to whether or not I should do something, which is crazy and pretty spooky because like I've actually like gotten these feelings of guidance like, okay, you should do this or no, you shouldn't do that. And yeah, you should definitely try it for yourself. But meditation, it has so many positive benefits for your mind. And I feel like it's also a good way to like self-discipline yourself, like as opposed to just like, because a lot of the time, a lot of people just go through life reacting to everything. And meditation kind of like helps you breathe and stay grounded and just like not really react, but learn how to respond to your life and circumstances. And yeah, so I think that's pretty much everything I've been doing. So I'm going to mention it all here because maybe something else will come to mind that I'm forgetting. So I said that I've been going on hikes, I've been reading and listening to podcasts or watching uplifting videos. Oh, I've also been in therapy. Funnily enough, I actually had my therapy session this morning. And in these last 2 months, my therapist has actually seen the progress as well, to a point where she actually suggested today that maybe we switch from weekly sessions to bi-weekly sessions, which is so great because I actually felt like, you know what, like I feel like I've actually gotten to this place where I have a pretty good handle on things in my life right now. And I think doing bi-weekly sessions would be more beneficial because sometimes I'm just like sitting there like, I don't know what else to say. So we agreed that it would be better to meet bi-weekly, and that just feels amazing because it just shows like, my efforts have not been in vain. Progress has been made, and therapy is never a bad thing. And yeah, so therapy, books and listening to podcasts, going on hikes, exercising, engaging in your hobbies. So for me, that's mostly language learning, and working on my music, meeting up with friends or surrounding myself with family, meditating. Yeah, I think that's about it. If anything else comes to mind, maybe I'll add like an extra clip here, but for now, that's it. I have to say that by doing all of this, I definitely see a huge improvement. And this has only been 2 months. And actually, in less than 2 months, I saw a huge shift, and it's amazing. And I'm just so grateful because when you've been through hell, you just appreciation. That's another thing. So gratitude. I know it's a lot harder it can feel a lot harder. I don't want to say it's harder. It can feel a lot harder to count your blessings or to feel thankful for the things you have when you're just overwhelmed and bombarded by whatever it is that's going on. When you actually take the time to really observe all the good that's around you, it really makes you like appreciate your life. And like the attitude of gratitude, it just like elevates your mood, it elevates your feelings, and it actually brings about more good into your life. So every time I feel down, that's when I'm like most grateful. Like I'm always grateful. I've noticed for myself, especially when I have those down moments, just taking the moment to acknowledge what I'm grateful for, it instantly helps me feel better. You don't want to just go through the motions of just like, oh, I'm grateful for this. Like really take the time to think about like, oh, you know what? Like I can see, like, that's a huge blessing. I can hear, that's amazing. I have my teeth. Like, you should definitely be grateful because like you can actually eat your food, you know, you can chew comfortably and you get to like see videos like this and listen to them. And there's just so much to be grateful for. I'm grateful for my hands. Like I can do everything with my hands. I can play piano. I can get through live, drive, do everything I need to do. My legs, they've helped me get through my entire life for these past 28 years. There's like so much to be grateful for. And when you actually take the time to just acknowledge that, you can't help but start feeling good and just grateful, like, wow, my life is actually pretty damn amazing. But yeah, you see, like all these things just keep on coming. But these are the things that I've been doing. And I really hope that these things can be of value to you as they have been to me. And of course, don't limit yourself to like my hobbies. I know there are other things that I want to do. Like I've been meaning to take dance classes and sign up to the gym and just like engage in any type of like class or activity that I know that I love, that I'm interested in, that will help me feel better. But I hope you guys found value in this. If you did, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and let me know what current, like of these things, what are you currently doing to help yourself feel better? Is there something else that you're doing that was not mentioned in this video? Please let me know in the comments below. I'm sure it will help others who are also trying to overcome whatever current adversities they're facing. And you guys, I'm rooting for you. It's possible. I was going through, things were really bad and I'm here. I'm the proof that it's possible. So thank you so much and I will see you guys in the next one.